everybody. We're here with our 64 weeks of nonviolence, and today's topic is belief. So I was going to let Lexi read the belief for the adults and then for the kids, and then we will reread it at the end of the episode,
video.
The video too.
Believing. Arthur Wayne Dyer writes about the impact that our beliefs have on our daily lives. Today, believe that you have all the resources to move your life in the direction of peace. Be aware of simple, peaceful responses you receive. And then for the children, we start off the practice by saying, finish this sentence with something good about yourself. You'll say, I am something good about yourself.
I am beautiful, inside and out.
I am strong.
I am smart.
I am courageous.
I am sassy.
That's the truth.
We're just saying, giving you some examples.
Yeah. So for this part, with our journals and stuff like that, we're just.
So I want to challenge you to maybe make this a main statement when you go through your statements as an adult. Believe that you have all the resources available to you right now to create peace in your life. Because you can do what you believe in, but you can't do what you don't believe in. And because really all you need, the only resource you need is your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to just exercise your mind and really get in the mindset that you are a nonviolent person, you're going to start off with yourself by being nonviolent to yourself, by not saying yes to things that hurt you in the long run, and feeling confident in saying no to things that just drain you and exhaust you and stress you out. And even though you're being a nice person, it's like so violent to yourself because you're not taking care of self. Mm-hmm. So I just want to encourage you, believe that. Believe that you don't need a certain thing to happen today or tomorrow in order for you to be at peace.
I have one of my favorite quotes that has something with belief in it. It's out of the Matrix movie. And someone told Morpheus, they said, well, my faith isn't set up like yours. And he was like, well, my faith doesn't require you to believe in my faith.
Exactly. And then I found this really cool quote. Like when I read it, I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. Mm-hmm. So I just was let me find it. Today I will hold no one hostage to the past, seeing each as I see myself a work in progress in the present. Because I feel like part of us not getting peace is that we hold on to experiences and things that have happened in the past, but not only are you holding yourself hostage to that, you are holding other people hostage to that. You're keeping them from growing. Believe that they can find their way without you holding a grudge. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I had to take that with me with things that I had to get better. Mm-hmm. With certain situations.
I just thought that was so cute, so nice, because it is so true. You really hold people hostages with your thoughts. You won't let them grow. You won't let them find their way. You just keep pulling them back to that one incident or this one time in their life when they just weren't mature enough to make the right decisions, or when they, maybe enjoyed, not being nice to other people or whatever the case might be.
So, and what you're saying is believe that people can change.
Yes, and don't hold them hostage
to something that they did a long time ago.
I mean,
without merit,
if somebody's continuously hurting, I say walk away from that.
Yes, of course.
But if there's somebody that's reaching out to you, asking you for forgiveness, or really trying to reconnect because you guys did have an awesome relationship, but there's just this thing that happened, let it go. They don't have to be your best friend again, but you don't have to hold them hostage to the past, and you don't have to hold yourself hostage to the past. You can just make a new beginning for yourself and them. They don't have to be your best friends, but you don't have to carry that burden of the past, because it's just changes you. It's chains you up. You're not free when you're feeling that way. I've got a bunch of little things here that I can read. I just want to encourage people. What does peace look like to you? Because that's what you're trying to create in your life. What is your vision of peace? And I think in order for you to have a vision for peace, you have to acknowledge that you want to be the peacemaker in your life. Mm-hmm. Your peace can't come from other people deciding they're going to be at peace with you. Like, you have to make a decision that I will be the peacemaker of my life, of my soul, of my spirit, of my emotion. I will take that responsibility on myself.
That's a part of believing in yourself, that you can do it.
Yeah. Another part of like believing in yourself and creating peace for yourself is like plant little seeds.
Do little nice things for people.
Yeah, plant little seeds in your life that will encourage you to believe in peace. Like smiling at people.
Yep, we talked about that.
Yes.
Day 2.
Yeah, no, you know, and just being friendly. You don't have to be friendly to everybody, but there's no reason not to say hi. You know, you don't have to walk around so stiff-nosed and, you know.
Yeah, if you really
crook
believe
in
you're
your
not a
neck.
nonviolent person, people should be able to approach you.
And I was going to say, this is something that can really bring a lot of peace in your life too, and that is like believing that you do not have to participate in gossip. Because gossip really holds people prisoner to the past. Even if the past was just yesterday for them.
Or even if it's just someone else's social conviction.
Yeah, like don't feel like you have to participate in every gossip moment just because that's what people are used to doing. Like walk away from that, change the conversation. You know, so I would just say, I know it's kind of deep,
No.
but like it's a big part of creating peace in your life because you're eliminating all those conversations that really never bring you anything positive. Gossiping about other people or situations isn't really bringing you joy or anything like that. A lot of times gossip doesn't bring a resolution. Gossip isn't like something that most people do to help people out. It's just like conversation about other people that is not helping them.
And it kind of goes against everything. If you're trying to be someone who
And usually it's about like a bad moment in their life. Like people do so many good things, you know, so let's focus on that. So another thing that will bring you peace is just like making a conscious decision to be kind, to be respectful, and to be patient. And I think patience is like a lifelong thing that you'll learn and work on in your life, because you'll be like, oh, I'm at a point where nothing's bothering me, but then something's going to happen and it's going to bother you. You're just continuously working on patience. So make it a conscious effort. Like, I believe that I can be patient, and every day, if that's something that you're struggling with, like, work on it. Talk about it. Talk about it with yourself in your daily meditation and your prayer or in whatever it is that you do. Like, focus on that, because patience will bring you so much peace. Because things just won't bother you.
I'm very impatient, so that's something I try to work on.
So I was just thinking that would be a good thing too. And I would think another thing that you could do is start believing in your worth and in your value. And whatever, area that you're working on.
Well, even if you don't think it's that high, you can, I guess, believe that it's more than what it is so that you can reach that. Because some people, they have low self-esteem and stuff like that. I don't want them to think that. I get what you're saying, but that's for a person of high esteem. But so for people with low esteem, add tax on your wealth, on your worth, I guess.
Yeah.
And then maybe you start believing it. I told somebody that. Okay.
Yes. So I just wrote a whole bunch of stuff down here to help people like get focused on just believing in yourself and believing in creating peace in your life. Like, it could be so many things. Sometimes peace is like...
This is Uta's journal, right? Is this your journal? I'm going to have to start bringing mine. This is Uta's journal. I'm not going to show y'all all of that. And I'll bring mine so that y'all can see that we're doing it too. We're not just...
Yeah, we're like working on these things. We're like writing down things that we need to hear, you know, and we're like building ourselves up every day, because really a life of nonviolence is a practice that you participate in every single day.
Yeah.
So, and I try to practice that too. I don't focus on all 64 things at once, but I try to focus on something every
Once
day.
Once a week.
Yeah.
So that's her journal. Mine's at home. I can bring it so you can see that I'm doing the work too. I don't want you guys to think I'm just teaching, because I'm not teaching.
Yeah, and I also want to say, like, when you don't hold people hostage, see people as you see yourself, a work in progress.
Every day.
Like give people, even if people aren't working on themselves, it'd be better for you to assume that they are than to assume that they're not, especially when you're not really personally so involved in their life anyway, because why not start assuming someone's working on themselves and treating them like they are, because it might be all the motivation they need to actually start working on themselves. When you treat people like you know, like they're a failure or they're not getting it or they're not progressing, like that just makes it easier for them to stay where they're at.
And
if you really love somebody, act like they're working on themselves.
Yep.
Make those statements and say those things as if they are. Be like, hey, you know, I see that, you know, you're really working on your patience today. That kid was throwing a tantrum and you just sat back and had a glass of water. That was awesome.
Yeah, I had family members even say that though. Like, notice when I'm doing good too.
Yes. And I wanna believe that I will allow myself the time to reflect on things that are happening because I don't want to gossip about them in a forgiving way.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like when I reflect, I want to reflect to forgive.
Yes.
You know, and I want to reflect to see people as in that they are a work in progress. Or I want to reflect, you know, I just want to reflect in the most positive way I can about people, even if they're not doing that, because sometimes that's all people need is for you to see them in that light, and then they will start doing that. Because I do believe like in this energy, like the energy you give off is the energy you get. Like
Agreed.
if you're coming at people really strong and harsh and like crazy, like they're gonna keep being crazy, coming harsh and strong back at you.
You gonna check them. Don't think you can check people. Don't always work out.
And believe that you can love people without judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And appreciate them and understand their situation even though you don't agree. That doesn't mean you have to agree, but it doesn't mean that you have to judge them either.
So what's the definition of belief?
To have confidence in the truth. And remember the truth, like that's a very tricky thing because everyone's truth is different, you know.
And that's the belief in...
Yeah, so have
one's
confidence
truth.
in the truth, in your truth, in its existence. Or the reliability of something. Like I have a confidence that every single day my husband's going to come home. I'm relying on that. I know he's going to do it. You know, it's like I believe that that's my truth, you know. Even though you may not have absolute proof of it or, I don't know. Just whatever your truth is and whatever truth you're trying to create for yourself, like really believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Speak on that. Speak like life to the things that you want to happen to yourself. So you don't kill yourself with these, that, you know, like the horrible way that we dog ourselves out sometimes. So to believe is to believe in your truth. Believing also is like to have faith. Because that is what you're believing in is what you have faith in.
To have confidence in the assertions of a person.
To have confidence or faith in the truth.
No, I was reading this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so it really, like, it keeps going back. It tells you all these definitions for belief, but belief is your truth, and belief kind of ends up being like your faith, the things that you really, like, believe in. So,
What I happen to see, yeah.
So a lot of people associate belief with faith, like they're God, but it can be so much more than that, you know. Believe in honesty, you know, that's like a good place to start.
In love. Love and truth.
And then here's some related words, and you might see something that you want to talk about, but this is all just whatever. And then in the back there's some stuff that I got these quotes from. That's after that. So today I will believe and embrace in my spiritual beliefs of my heart in my own personal and reflective ways. Like I feel like part of being a grown-up is deciding things about yourself and like being open about those topics, but also like standing firm on what you believe in, you know. Does that make sense?
Yep. And then this says, the thought for today is believing. Today I will write what I believe about nonviolence. I will create I believe in nonviolence awareness or simple demonstrations of peaceful responses.
Yeah, and you can do those things like in a journal. You can write things down. You can practice it by being kind to other people, paying for somebody's coffee, you know, smiling, just being respectful to the elderly people. I mean, anybody. I mean, people are. It's like the littlest thing that you do for someone will be the biggest thing in their day.
It could, like smiling.
Yes, it really will be the biggest thing in somebody's day. Well, I just want to focus, you know, on believe that you can be a better person, do the things that you need to change to get to where you want to be, and recognize that living in peace means being like body, mind, and soul. And that's why we're doing the fitness thing, because part of like working on yourself is making yourself more fit. If you're not fit, then the things that you believe in and this life that you want to live and this path that you want to find, you can't really participate in it because you don't have the energy, or you don't have the, you know, not just the energy, but you're just not able to, like, to do the things that you want to do once you get on the path that you want to be on.
That's very true.
Yeah, and part of like peace is volunteering and helping out and doing this and that. That requires for your body to be
It is best.
yeah, so work on your body. This is why we're doing the fitness thing, because part of like getting out of a funk too is like if you exercise or just move around a little more, it'll help you get out of your funk. And then when you're out of your funk, it just makes it easier to live this nonviolent life, because the funk actually is so violent.
Fogging you up.
Yeah, to you.
So
anyway.
again, day 1 was courage. Day 2 was smiling. Day 3 was appreciation. Day 4 was caring, and day 5 is believing. So those are the 5 things that we went over, you know, for our journals and stuff like that, to practice nonviolence.
So I was just gonna say, I have been watching on YouTube Patrice Washington. Have you ever heard of her? Like, she's like some financial guru, but she's also like faith-bound woman. And these are some of the things that she said. So if you want to work on yourself and get to a better place, and stop chasing money and start chasing your purpose, because those are like, that's like her main, like her quote, or what she works on all the time. So she's always like, you know, I don't chase money, I chase my purpose. But she's like a successful, great woman. And I encourage you, like, she has a blog, she's got YouTube channels, she's got all kinds of stuff. Like, if you want someone to like rev you up and get you right, like, listen to her, find her on social media. She's awesome. So one of the things that she said is like, you can't begin until you decide to be fit. Whatever fit means for you, wherever level you're trying to attend, because that's not, you know, a supermodel type thing. It's just giving you the energy to create the things that you're trying to create in your life. And then the other thing is relationships. You got to be fit, and you got to foster good relationships. And you're really good at relationships. I feel like every place that you've gone, you always kind of maintain, you know, contact with people. You can go here, you can go there, you can do whatever. I think, you know, that's really good.
Yeah, I get that from my
family. The other thing she said, so work on fitness, work on your relationship, work on your space, declutter, clean up, make yourself feel better in the environment that you're in. And the other thing was faith, like keep the faith, like keep faithful to the things that you believe in. And we're talking about belief, so I wanted to bring that up. And then she said, you know, keep working in your life until you find your purpose. And then she's also saying, you know, the key to getting right is managing your money. And her main thing is like based on money, but these are the things that are behind it to get you right. And really, your life will be so stressful if you're not managing your money right.
Right.
So, and that can be another thing that can bring you peace, like just getting your fitness right and your money right. Like, it will bring you so much peace. You'll be able to sleep so much better at night.
Yep.
So I just want to encourage people to believe bigger. Whatever you believe in, whatever you're trying to accomplish,
can be whatever you want.
Times that by 10. Nothing's got to stop you.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, like, you just believe big.
Nobody even have to believe in it.
So it's hard to go to where you want to be if you're not working on yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Like, you are a circle. These things are all connected. If you only work on one part of you, it's not gonna continue to flow. So just work on everything. All right, and then in a little bit we'll come back with fitness, and I just hope you guys have a great week, and I hope you really focus on some things that you believe on this week. Believe is your word. Use that to create peace for yourself, and we really want you to create peace for yourself, because that's how we have peace in our community.
Ooh, day 6, clean up.
So simplify. Okay, so decluttering. So next time we get together, be, what is it? Simplicity. Yeah. So that can be like decluttering, getting your stuff together, getting your finances together, whatever. So think about that, and we'll come back with that next week. Alrighty, peace.
Peace.